Bahashem Yahweh Shai. I want to say Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, who we endure all things for. Shalom to all the Akim wa Akwakim who believe on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And to the bitter end, I say it again, Shalom. Let me just get settled so that nobody comes through this door and sees me live streaming. Oh, you see right here? Got the door. So I don't want nobody to be saying that I'm doing the live right here and them saying some stupid shit or complaining to management because I happen to be going live and trying to edify the brothers and sisters of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So like the title says, prophecy is going to go forth whether you believe it or not, whether you're in the faith or not, the prophecies are going to go forward because the Lord had already ordained that all the things that's written in the book is going to come to pass, whether it's in Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, all these various parts of the book. Doing well, yeah? All right. One moment. Salawam to Karatazak, Brother Enos, Yahweh Shemiel Shai, Brakatham, brothers. So prophecy is going to go forth, and it's already happening right now as I'm talking. You brothers that are doing your stuff, you sisters that are doing your day-to-day tasks, the Lord is always moving. Whether you believe it or not, that's okay, because we understand that the word, the truth of Yahweh Shemiel Shai is going to go forth. Let me start here. Isaiah 55 and 11 in the NLT. It is the same with my word. That's Yahweh speaking. I send it out and it always produces fruit. And what's fruit? What you sow. And what you sow is actually a product or byproduct of you putting in effort, putting in work. It's not just gonna not bear any sort of Salakia. Give me one moment. I gotta take off the notifications. All right, we're good now. So the Lord is always producing fruit. So if he's producing fruit and you don't believe that the Lord is going to continue to manifest prophecies just because you stop believing the Lord, does not mean that he's going to offset just because you don't believe. And just because if somehow, God forbid, I don't believe, does that mean the Lord's will and what he has for the elect is going to somehow just stop and not going to continue on? That's not true. It's going to go on. Again, it is the same with my word. I send it out and it always produces fruit. It will accomplish all I want it to, and it will prosper everywhere I send it. So the words of the Lord is going to go wherever it's supposed to be, whoever it's supposed to reach. And it's reaching right now all throughout the world. People have heard about the words of the Lord. They've seen the prophets, they've seen the servants, they've been putting in the work consistently, whether it's throughout the weeks or whether it's on the weekends. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and what his will is supposed to be is getting done right now. And let me see what you brothers got. And the water for the precepts, brothers. Romans 3 and 3 through 4. For what if some did not believe? So just because you don't believe does not mean anything. That goes for everybody. Whether you're an Israelite, whether you're a heathen, it don't matter. Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? And that's a rhetorical question because Yahweh created everything. He's the Heavenly Father. He's the Alashadja, the King of Terrors. He's responsible for everything that we have right now in this world. And we know that Hamashiach Yahweh Shai created everything via Yahweh's will, of course. And Adonai Tazaki, brothers can hear me. Shalom to Malak La'ab, the Wild Judah, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Brakatham, brothers. Bear with me one moment. Good morning. IDF, Edomite, reckless. Yeah, they're a bunch of reckless ass people. The U.S. told them to yesterday stop striking missiles over there in Syria and Damascus, but they continue to strike missiles over there. So, with all this in mind, knowing that the devil is going to remain the devil, why are we going to think that the Lord is not going to continue on with the prophecies as it pertains to destruction of the heathens, the destruction of Babylon, the enslavement of all the heathens, and everything else falling between, especially in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat? That's where the biggest and most intense battles and the most intense violence is going to spring out from the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat. And just like it says right here, it's only going to continue on. All this peace talks, all the peace agreements that people want to, that people are so like I guess you can say, so sturdy about wanting to have, that's not going to happen. That's a thing of the past. All this stuff about wanting to get, you know, agreements with each other, peace talks and this, that, and the third, that's not going to happen. Let me go back up. Yahweh forbid, yea, that Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sins and mightest overcome in the morning when thou art judged. Salakia. One moment. Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The Lord's pleasure is what? His will and what he wants to get done on earth. Because just like it is in heaven, so it is just like on earth. Just like our Father who art in heaven, where the Hamashiach Yahushai gave to us the hopeful elect. And that's a very incredible prayer that brothers should be doing on a consistent basis. That Yahweh's will be done and nobody else's will be done. And we understand that that's the only way it's going to happen. Again, Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. So the Lord and what he wants to get done, his mission, everything that pertains to the books. Good morning. Everything that pertains to the books is actually what's going to prosper. And again, just because you decided to remove yourself from the circumcision is not going to stop the Lord and what he wants to get done. We're going to continue to abide in this truth, Lord willing, unto the bitter end of this captivity, making our bodies a living sacrifice. Because if you're of the elect, I don't know how to Zach be of them, you brothers, few sisters, you can't even put yourself out this truth. You're going to literally be in the truth, whether you feel like it or not. Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. It's certainly going to come. It's going to come to pass. You see, the average Babylonian, they don't believe in the Lord like we do within the circumcision. We know the Heavenly Father's name and his only begotten Son's name. And with that in mind, we know everything else that's written about in the scriptures. Because this knowledge that we have of the Lord is not for everybody. It's only for a select few. And Lord willing, we are the select few that is supposed to receive salvation. And it's surely going to come. Certainly, we know without a doubt. I know for a fact, you brothers know for a fact, and even those that have died in Hamashiach Shai knew for a fact that the Lord's words are true and they're faithful, and let everybody else be a liar. Isaiah 55 and 11, this time in the King James Version. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it's going to prosper, as it's going to say, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So it's going to happen, it's going to occur. It's a future prophecy. The prophecies are going to happen. It doesn't matter if you believe or not. We don't give a shit if you decide to stop doing the work of the Lord. Now, does it suck that certain brothers have stopped? Of course, it sucks, but it doesn't mean that the Lord is somehow just going to allow you to live on forever and prosper in your ways. Like, no, it's not going to happen. Not at all. That's not reality. And I just saw 144 call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. All praise for the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son. And the water for the precepts, brothers. First Thessalonians 5. One moment. First Thessalonians 5 and 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You're not going to escape the wrath of the Lord, because you got to understand the king of terrors can kill you however he feels fit to want to do it. He can kill you in your sleep. You can get hit by a bus, you can get hit by a regular car. Bro, somebody could come right behind you and shank you. He probably waiting for you people that decided to stop doing the work of the Lord for you to die at the race wars, the civil wars, like all these various things that can happen upon you because you decided to take your hand off the plow. And just because you stop believing doesn't mean anything. It just making you that much more of a target for the Lord to come back and do some terrible things upon you. And I know for myself, I don't want that. I know you brothers don't want that. That's why we do laboring for the Lord, because we hate this world and we understand that righteousness does not reign here. And we want to make our bodies be given to the Lord so that we can continue to manifest the kingdom of heaven, which is actually going to be the end all be all for Israel. Not this kingdom, Salakia, not this queendom, but the kingdom of heaven, starting with Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And that's why we always talk about prophecies. Bear with me one moment, Akim. I had to take care of an alarm, but I'm back. Again, the spirit of prophecy is Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And then you got our people talking about, you know, JC is so good for me. JC is in my life. I talk to JC, but who they call Jesus Christos, Serapis Christus. You don't know Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, because if you did, you'd understand that he's coming back with a vengeance, and it's in his heart, it's in his love, and he's seated right now at the Heavenly Father, waiting to come and commit terrible punishments upon all you wicked evildoers. Terrible. It's going to happen. It's not, we're not making it up. Isaiah 61, Isaiah 63. It's all throughout the scriptures. Hi, I got you. Bear with me one moment. That's a spirit, we sounded exactly. Can't make this up. All right, I'm back. The water for the precepts yet again, brothers. Again, the spirit of prophecy is what Hamashiach Hawashai is all about. Because if we love the Lord, as we claim to be, we'll be talking about the prophecies that are written in the book. Those that have came to pass, those that are coming to pass right now, and those that are going to come in the near future in the kingdom of heaven. Whether it's bad for the heathens, it's good for the elect. There's so much prophecies that are unfolding, and the only thing we can do as the hopeful elect is continue to abide and to preach the good news, which is for the elect, the bad news, which is for you heathens, and for our people that don't want to get right. There's so much to talk about as it pertains to prophecy. Good morning. Matthew 24 and 35. And this guy wants to come along, this Moabite. He wants to get his packages right now. But yesterday he told me he was going to get it and he never got them. That he wants to interrupt the spirit. Funny enough, this Moabite speaks Spanish, but that doesn't mean anything. It just means he knows that one of Esau's language, which was a spring off of the Latin language. Just saying. So, Matthew 24 and 35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Yahweh Shai declared that his words, which are not really his words, but it's Yahweh's words that he's speaking through his own mouth, is gonna never come back void. It's gonna actually do what he was commanded to do. And he was here 2 days ago doing the will of the Lord. So it's not gonna pass away. And just because you don't believe, like it says in Romans 3 and 3, it doesn't matter. We don't care if you don't believe. We believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to do what he said he was going to do. Just because for some reason you decide to, again, just remove yourself from the circumcision, you tasted that heavenly gift. You tasted that righteousness that this world needs, and it requires that righteousness. Doesn't mean that you're just going to live your life so lavishly. Now you're going to live a very prosperous life. Now the Lord is going to deal with you accordingly. So everybody has to reap what they sow. Everyone. Second Ezra 15 and 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Did I say it? I'm not saying it. The Lord simply has predestined that this would happen. You're gonna, you don't believe that the sword is not gonna fall upon you. The sword is gonna actually even more come more further upon you in a more vicious and violent manner. Y'all think the Lord is playing around? Well, he don't give a fuck. And just like us, we don't give a fuck if you like what we're saying or not. Excuse my French, by the way. We don't care because we know that the Lord's true and let every other man be a liar, like it talks about in I think Numbers 23. And Shalom to Yahweh. Though. Look at Shalom, brother Yahweh Shemel Shai Barakatah. Yeah, Moabite weirdo too, bro. And then you got an Issacharite woman with him, and like bunch of that's neither here nor there. Just had to add that in there. He wants to act like a Spaniard, but don't worry, you'll be a real Spaniard in the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna treat you like one, but we're not gonna annihilate you. We're gonna treat you like a Moabite, a washpot. Bear with me one moment. Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand, and it's getting nigher and nigher. Yo, if anybody has a sound mind, a reasonable mind, even if you claim to be an atheist, whatever denomination of whatever branch of whatever beliefs you got, you should see that the things that are going on this earth is a result of the manifestation of the end of this world. It doesn't mean the end of the entire earth. It just means the end of the age. And that age right now is our wicked, evil twin brother, who the people refer to as the white man, the white woman, children, and child. They're all gonna fall because they are the end of the world, and we're near nigher than ever before. Sirach 39 and 24. I also gotta act like I'm at work. So if I seem like I'm not paying attention, is because I have to make sure that I'm acting like I'm working. So just bear with me one moment, Akim. I'm just trying to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. But I love doing this plantation hit because it allows me to actually get what's in my thoughts, especially right now since it's very early in the morning. It allows me to bring out what's been in my spirit. So the water Yahweh Shemel Shai for allowing me to do this. Because if it wasn't for this, I mean, who knows? All right, bear with me one moment. I got you right now. All right, I'm back. Fucking demons of heathens want to come and interrupt the word, bro. That's why you heathens are gonna go into fucking slavery and can't fucking wait to do that shit. Salagi for my language. There's no other way to say it. I get rocking that fresh suit. I'm not a fan of wearing suits. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I hate them, but you got to do what you got to do to make your daily bread. Sirach 20:39 and 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Exactly. So just because, again, you think that because the Lord, you feel like the Lord has forsaken you, or you just stop doing the work, that the Lord is not real, the prophecies are not real, righteousness is not real. Don't worry, you're gonna fall terribly and horribly in the end. And Lord willing, we're not part of that number because none of us, myself, you few Akim, sisters, we don't want to fall by this terribly. Hey, good morning. We don't want to, and we're not going to allow ourselves to fall because the Lord has promised that somebody has to receive salvation. And hopefully that's us. Salakia. One moment. You know what, through the spirit, I'm going to have to end it out right here because I have a few things to take care of. So I say, Shalom. Shalom, brothers.